Hey folks, what's up? How are you guys?
Hello, welcome.
Welcome to the
Hello.
VoiceIt Show. Hey, Funky, what's up? Becca, what's up?
Hello, Ken. We're good.
I'm
Very
excited for today.
good. I am
Yeah.
very excited for today. And look at all the people there. Hey, everyone in the chat room. We welcome you all to the seventh episode of the Voice It Show, and this is a big one today. It's showtime. Yes, Mike. Hello, everyone in the comments. Hello. Thank you, guys. You showed up today, and without any further ado, you know who the guest is for today, and I can't wait. And it's a dream come true for all three of us because as you guys have already read the name of today's episode, it's called Imagine Your
Reality.
Exactly. And that's how this show began by imagining our reality. The show is, sometimes I think, there are three magic words in the world. Yeah, but not those three magic words. It's these three magic words. Imagine your reality. And today's guest, I I can't explain in words, but I kind of have to. If I have to introduce him, people who are already there in the RGA and are in the chat room know who he is and are waiting for him to come. And for those of who you're watching for the first time, he is a guitar player, a rock star, a real rock star, rock and roller who plays for Alice Cooper, who has played for Gilby Clarke, who has been in Slash Snake Pit, many huge bands like That's Porno Mag. He has been, and he has amazing podcasts like In the Trenches and whatnot. He has recently started teaching for everyone and with his Kickstarter campaign called as System 12 Guitar Method, and he's a rock star, complete rock star. And please welcome our hero, your hero, our inspiration, everyone's inspiration, the rock star, the man himself, Mr. Ryan Roxy.
Well, you look different.
Hello.
Whoa!
What a what a great introduction, Knack. A great introduction.
Thank you.
Hello, Voice It Show. Thank you for that
Greeting.
introduction, Kanak. That was like the longest but best introduction I think I've ever had in my entire career. You
Man.
basically, you almost read my entire Wikipedia page, didn't you? That was amazing.
No.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice to see you, Funky. Nice to see you, Rebecca. Hello, Kanak. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody
Very
in the
good.
chat. Today I can
Oh
see
yeah.
everybody's name in the chat. I've got my reading glasses on.
Readers on.
I see Federox in the house. I see Kitty Oates is in the house. I see Marted, Helly. Man, you got a big crowd. I think Kath Grant is in the house. And I think there's some of
Yeah,
the Team RGA in the house as well. So it's
that's
all
true.
it's all because
Yeah,
of
we
you
got a lot
three.
of people.
Nicely
Oh
done.
man, it's amazing. It's amazing. All
So
thanks
what's
to
up?
you.
How's everybody doing? Is everybody feeling good?
Amazing.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
enjoying the ride. Amazing.
I like
And
it.
you know, we're just off the in the trenches, which was amazing, by the way.
We had a
Marty
good guest
Schwartz.
on. Yeah, Marty Schwartz, for any of you that didn't see that show in the chat, but I think I'm looking at the names. I think every single one of you were there, and I appreciate that. Marty appreciated that. Actually, even after the show, Marty Schwartz was like, man, that was really fun to do, because if you go online, you don't see a lot of in-depth interviews with that guy. He's very mysterious. He'll teach you a G chord, a D chord, and an A chord, but then try to find out where he was from, and it was like being an investigator, a private investigator. So
True.
Did you guys don't have to do much investigating about me. I pretty much have everything on my Instagram site.
Yeah.
Well, it's not much investigating about you. You pretty much live here, so
I live in the heart, man. Yeah, well, try to live in the moment. Although I'm always thinking, trying to think.
Quoting Hearts in Trouble now.
In trouble.
New song.
I like it. Well, how about today? Let's do something different. If there's any questions that people have in the chat that they thought maybe would be that they wanted to know but were never there to ask, how about do it in the VoiceIt Show? Or maybe you guys have questions about myself and my career that perhaps have never been asked about. No one's ever asked me what my favorite color is.
See?
What's your favorite color, Ryan, Roxie? Let's see.
Personal. That's personal. It's a little too personal.
I know it. Red.
Perfect answer.
Okay.
No, honestly, the reason I'll tell you this question, I'll answer this question. The reason why I like that question, what is your favorite color, is because back in the day, there was a band called the Partridge Family. And one of my favorite guys from the Partridge Family was Keith Partridge, who was actually David Cassidy. And on his David Cassidy solo album, I don't know which one it is. Maybe someone can put it up in the chat. I'm sure Mike Usnick will put it up in the chat. But the question on the album cover was favorite color. And David Cassidy's favorite color was depending on mood. So I like that. It's depending on mood. So I'm feeling, I'm not blue like sad. I'm feeling blue cool, you know?
That's true.
So Ryan Roxie comes into the interview. Did you guys have any questions? You know what? You are right, Mike. This is not In the Trenches. It's not the Pink Sock. This is the VoiceIt Show. So VoiceIt Show, it's your show. You ask me. I'm going to be the guy that sits in the back and answers questions. How about that?
I for a moment I really thought I was in the trenches. Alrighty, so but anyways, you started with the look at it.
Ooh.
So,
I'm saying, so what kind of mood I'm in? You asked me what my favorite color was. Maybe I'll be a different color. Ooh, I should be that color.
What about
Orange? I like that. It looks like orange to me. Yeah. You guys have these nice, cool colors. Green. You have Roxie Guitar Army green. Was that by choice today?
Exactly. Exactly. There you go.
I like it.
Yes. Yeah. And, so starting with your journey, I would like to go back in the past and take you to Electric Angels.
Okay.
And right from there, then would you talk about your journey right from there, and then how did you move on to Dad's Porno Mag, and then you moved to LA, and then Alice Cooper happened, and sort of describe it?
Well, Electric Angels came from the first real band I was ever in, the first, I guess, professional band, and that band was called Candy. And that band had Gilby Clarke in it, and the band also had John Schubert and Jonathan Daniel. And Jonathan Daniel now is a big-time manager. He manages Green Day. He manages Panic at the Disco. He manages Courtney Love, another band called Train. So he's doing quite well managing bands. But back in that day, Candy started out, and from Candy it split up into Electric Angels and Kill for Thrills. And Gilby's band was Kill for Thrills, and our band was Electric Angels. And Electric Angels started in Los Angeles, but it moved to New York City. And then we made an album in New York. We were able to tour We toured 2 U.S. tours in really, really crappy vans and really crappy rent-a-cars and like really low budget touring. But it was good because it taught us how to tour and play clubs and sort of play in front of not very many people because we were the opening band. We opened up for Danger Danger and Hurricane. So they had good crowds, but Electric Angels was always kind of fighting for our place, and we sort of slowly built up a crowd. So we put out an album out in New York. Then I came back to Los Angeles after Electric Angels ran into record company problems. It's always it's kind of inevitable story of the record company versus the band. We kind of wanted different things. And so I moved to Los Angeles and I got back together with Gilby Clarke, and who he played with in Candy from the first band. And I went on his solo tour, and this was when he was in Guns N' Roses at the same time. So I was able to see a lot of the world playing Gilby Clarke. And then Alice Cooper saw us play. He heard about Gilby and I, and he said, well, why don't you have Ryan come out and try out for my band? And Gilby said, for sure, you should go do it, Roxy. You should really try out and get this gig. And I was imagining my reality, and I wanted that gig, and I got it. Wow. And this was 1993, 94. I was playing with Gilby. So probably before you guys, all three of you were born. Yeah,
oh, that's true. That's true.
I love it. This is great. So then I joined Alice Cooper in 1996, and then from there on, I just kind of always tried to be riding the coattails of Alice Cooper and sort of getting connections through Alice, and he actually taught me so much about the music business. And along the way, I was able to meet a lot of people. I met a very young, a very tiny version. He was this tall when I met him, of Robbie Miller at that point. A very tiny version of Dave Rattenberry at this moment. There he is. See, look how tiny he is still. That picture, he's only that big. No, but they were tiny versions of themselves, and I met them way back when they were, kind of, I would say, kids, because I was still a kid, I felt. And we kept in contact throughout all these years, and they became accomplished musicians, accomplished business guys. And now we are doing our stuff as a collaboration with the Roxy Guitar Army. So it's cool to stay in touch and be cool with the people that you're creating with right now, because who knows what's going to happen with the three of you in 10 years. Maybe you all have your own separate TV networks.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Exactly.
I know. Funky Almadena, there she talks. Funky talks. I asked Funky before the camera started rolling. I go, are you going to talk today? And what did you say to me? I said, yeah.
Call me Funky. No, I do have questions. Come on. I want to talk to.
Okay, go for it. It's your turn.
So,
You're light.
It's your turn.
Aside from being a musician and, producing your own music, who do you like to listen to? Like your favorite musicians, bands?
Okay. Well, I just want to get one thing straight. I don't produce my own music in the sense that I know what I like. I know what I like to hear in the studio when I'm there. But thank goodness I was able to find and work with great producers all throughout the years, because that's never been my strong point. Producers, like real producers, that's guys like Tommy Hendrickson, Christopher Folan, and then I've been able to work with some pretty other, big names like Bob Rock and Tony Visconti and Jack Douglas. So I mean, these are all names that are, if you go look, they're producers. I know what I think I like. I like good sound, but the music that I like to listen to on my own usually has straight ahead guitar. If it doesn't have straight ahead guitar, then it has really rhythmic or almost a techno beat, like a techno drums, really kind of like, it's two types of music that I like. I like guitar driven music. And I also like almost like funky Almadena, funky type of drum dance types of bands. So the perfect combination of those types of bands were a bunch of bands that were coming out in the late 80s, early 90s from Manchester. And they were bands like the Happy Mondays, Stone Roses, even Oasis to a certain point. I thought they had great guitars, but they also had really good danceable drum beats. And there's a few other bands that go a little bit more to the dance side that I like. Band called Lords of Acid. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. And there's a band from South Africa called Die Antwoord that I like a lot. And they're very little guitar. It's mostly just kind of like super heavy techno. And I know that I put up a post yesterday where
I was gonna come there.
Yeah, it had a little. It wasn't the type of music that you would expect to see, but it was a lot of. The footage was all from when we played here in Sweden last year in Stockholm, and Robbie Miller was the guitarist in that band, and we also had a Swedish lineup, and Christopher Folin was the guy that produced Imaginary Reality. He played drums, and Peter Kvellen played bass. So it was a straight ahead rock band, but then I put this sort of dancey techno music. So maybe it didn't make sense to some people, but it made sense to me. It made sense to me. But thank you, Funky. So amazing, yeah. So that's the kind of questions I like. Cause not a lot of people know that I'm into that Manchester big boom box ecstasy beats. There you go.
Nice. Thank you for answering. So.
Well, you know what? Give me just like one question, and I'll just like. That's why it's hard for me to host In the Trenches sometimes, because I need to know when to stop talking as a host. Well, now that I'm the guest, I can talk.
Very good.
But
that's good.
But that's why I love having Michael Monroe on our podcast, because he never gives me a chance to talk.
Oh yeah, Lightning needs to learn from him, like how to be fast. So.
Love it.
Yeah.
Who's next? How are you guys organizing? I asked you, are you guys going coffee talk style, just kind of barrage talking over everybody, or what's going on? You guys, because you know we're organized. That's what you said, Kanak. You said before, we're not like coffee talk, we're organized. And I was like, whoa, throwing some shade at the coffee talk. I loved it. You should. They throw shade on us all the time. I
really hope Stefan is watching right now.
He's not. He's not watching. He's afraid to watch. He's afraid to watch. You know, I would love Stefan to come on the show once in a while when he didn't have the power to take you away off the screen. See, if he was just a guy like me right now, where you had to be on the screen, you had to respond, and you have to answer, then that would be a whole nother thing for him. But you know, he's right. Likes to be the puppet master. But the thing is, he's a rodent. He looks like a rodent. Oh. Yeah, like a little rat, like a little wet rat. You know. I love it. I'm just saying this shit because I want to see the chat board light up. I love it. Awesome. Mike, throwing some shade. So anyway, no, I know you guys are great supporters of all the shows, and I appreciate it. And you always give credit to In the Trenches all the time. You also give credit to Coffee Talk for you guys doing your own show. So I'm glad that we were able to help out. I really am. I'm glad we were able to inspire.
Yeah, if it wasn't you guys, I guess we wouldn't have this show, you know, like we wouldn't even have met, you know. So I know because of you guys, we are friends, we have the show, and you know, we are having the chance to talk to you. That's nuts.
Well, I appreciate this. I will say one thing though, Rebecca. You did you kind of made yourself up pretty nice for today's program, for today's episode. I've seen you on Coffee Talk. You don't make that sort of effort. You go on there and it's cool. And Stefan's like, it doesn't matter if you do or not. But I'm just happy that you made yourself up. You look good. You did your hair.
I shaved it.
Yeah, you cut it down for the show. I love it. Everyone made an effort today. I did too. I know you don't believe it, but I shaved, and I actually I'm wearing makeup right now.
Oh. You know what?
Oh, wow.
You know what? That's great about Funky TV because even Mike Fasano was a first guest, and the other day, like the previous day before he was gonna come, we were talking to him. And he was like, okay, we'll do the show tomorrow and all. and he was all pretty exhausted. And next day we see him, he's totally different person, and he's like, okay, I shaved because it was gonna be about me today, and he was like full up top, man.
Yeah.
Pretty shaves and tucked
Well,
in.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't shave for the VoiceIt Show because I feel
I
comfortable
know.
any way that I did. But I did go down and test all the lighting and all the cameras for the System 12 official taping that we start next week.
That's true.
The filming guy that is filming all the new lessons, and when we put out the official version of System 12, he wanted me to sort of dress the way I was going to dress when I filmed the actual lesson next week. So that's I went down there and we messed with lighting. And I mean, does anybody want to see a picture of what the stage looks like? It could be an exclusive. It could be a VoiceIt Show exclusive.
Sure.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So remove me from the screen for 1 second, and I'll come back in 1 second with the camera, and you guys just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Cool. Yeah. Oh man. So guys,
see guys, we have some exclusive stuff here. See, that's why you have to watch the VoiceIt Show.
Oh, cool. So, by the time Ryan is getting his stuff ready, why don't we go through some comments?
Sure.
Yeah.
And see if
so I found one interesting comment, and we appreciate it.
I shaved my legs to watch the show. Wow, Kev.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's really important for a woman. So.
Is that an exclusive content too?
Martha, Brian's so cool.
Alrighty.
Mimi M25, Miami, Michael Monroe, part 3, please.
Oh yes, let's do it on Funky TV.
Kath, look out for the Adika.
I'll deal with them. No problem. Anyways, so I guess Ryan's ready to go. Alrighty. Let's bring him on. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So, did you notice anything that changed? Anything?
Yeah.
What?
The first thing I saw. I guess you changed your, this thing on your head. I don't remember the name. No, I'm kidding. The
I didn't change it. Yeah, I changed the glasses. The reason why I changed the glasses is because I said Kanak had the glasses on, and I'm doing my Kanak tribute. Right, so
Woo!
How do you like that? So, folks, this is a VoiceIt Show exclusive. This, and by the way, I guess the other exclusive would be that Kath Grant shaved her legs. For the show, the thing that frightens me, or I want to know, when was the last time? Was it before quarantine? Because if that was the case, you should definitely post that up on YouTube. Go viral. So here is the way that the set is going to look.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you guys think about that?
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
fab.
So that is the look of the, and that was an exclusive for you guys. And the rat is saying, I only saw this photo half an hour ago. That is an exclusive. I'm telling you. So you guys got it. Yeah. So,
thank you.
Wow, we're so lucky. Thank you.
We were just, because that photo was taken just a couple hours ago when we were fixing all the last of the lights, because I really want it to sound good. I want it to look good. I want it to be as professional as it can be. I don't know if Vic Chalfant, the guy that produces, that guy, Vic Chalfant. He's the one that produces the In the Trenches. He's made some amazing graphics for this System 12. So I'm really excited for everyone to check out the actual official one. But to be honest with you, if you're doing the beta test series right now, I'm happy. I'm really happy that you're continuing to learn. But the official one's on its way, and it's going to be a step up as well.
Oh yes.
Wow.
And actually, I was going to come there to System 12, but you already told that, so that's great. And I see you've picked up the guitar. Are you going to play something for us?
I don't know. Do you want me to play something for you?
Anything.
That
That
would
would
be
be
amazing.
amazing.
What would you want?
I
What would
wish
you
I
want to
did.
hear? I have to
I
put on
would
my playing
say-
glasses.
Okay, me generation.
Ooh, good choice, man. All right, let's see if you can hear this. Could you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Awesome.
All right, cool, man. I don't know if that sound.
you.
It's always weird when you're going on somebody else's show. Did it sound all or did it sound kind of
No,
straight?
No, it was really good.
no, it was really good.
Right. Nice, nice. So, Mike,
Thank you
of
so
course, I play a Ryan Roxie song, and all the crowd wants to hear is Slayer. Okay. I don't
Nah.
know a Slayer song. I wish I did. And besides, I'm tuned to E standard tuning. There's no song.
Exactly.
There's no Slayer song that you can play in E standard tuning.
It's tuning.
I am tuning right now, by the way.
Cool. Cool.
I think.
So we should move to the questions.
Mute.
from people
Yeah.
in the comments.
Let's go to another question.
Chris says, "What's it like to work with Robbie Miller?"
It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing to work with him. It's kind of like being in the well, I kind of explained it earlier. Working with Robbie Miller is kind of like stepping outside of your house, getting in your car, driving around the block, and then pulling into your driveway again, getting out of your car, and then going back into your house. So, I mean, I think that says it all.
Wow.
Awesome. There you go.
And I'm not joking. I actually said that same exact story to Robbie, and he can confirm it, that's what it was like with one of the comments that he made on our chat. We have some
Good.
really goofy chats sometimes, but yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh my God, VoiceIt Show. I want to give you guys so many exclusives so that like now it's going to like all of a sudden it's just going to pop open. It's like, it's that thing. The algorithm's going to go nuts. I want you guys, and honestly, the team RGA is going to freak out.
Let it out.
No. You guys want the exclusive? Do you guys want the exclusive?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I know my team's going to get crazy. If you can see all these apps on my phone, which is the one that's in the which is the one that's in the corner over there? Which one can you read it? Is it backwards or is it forwards?
Cam something.
Yeah, what is
that?
What is that?
Cameo. Okay.
What? What did you see? Did you say Cameo? Did you say that? Really? Because here's the thing. Did anyone know that Alice Cooper joined Cameo? I know, Funky.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you know that? Do you guys know what Cameo is?
Hell no.
Does everyone know what it is in the chat? Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to press this button here. The team is going to get so crazy on me. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to delete the app. What is that? Wait a second. What?
Oh my God.
There you go. That's your exclusive. That's all I need. All right.
Thank you. Whoever that was.
Nobody really cares. It's just so funny. I saw that Alice Cooper did it. So that was my green light right there. And I feel that I should there you go. Mike Usnick's explaining it to everyone. 20,000 unread emails. That's what I have basically. I do have 20,000 unread emails.
Wow.
Now, because we're all family, I don't expect any of you guys at all none of you on the VoiceIt Show, none of you in the chat. I don't expect any of you guys to ever go on Cameo. I just felt that because my boss did it, because I've been riding those coattails for so many years, I would just sort of, what do they call it when they go in the draft of someone, in the drift, in car racing, in Formula One.
Yeah.
When you're right in back of the other person, you're just kind of in their drift. So that's what I thought of.
Okay.
So
in the pit.
I have a question. But
go ahead.
Before the question, I want to remember you. I don't know if you do remember this, because there's like a year ago, I don't know, maybe something like that. But I remember that I did a live on Instagram, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna sing your song, Ryan," and I thought, no, he's not gonna reply to it. That's crazy. So then I sent the live to you, and when I saw your name on the live, I just started shaking like a crazy, really. And then you heard it, and I just want to say thank you so much for that, because that means a lot to me.
Well, thank you. And, I mean, I try to do that, but usually, you know me, I'm a little bit ADHD when it comes to Instagram, because I'm like always going here, always going there, checking this story out, going here, going to DMs, trying to post something up. So you caught me at a good time, because I saw that little notification come down and said you're going live. And I just pressed on it, and then I was there, and then you sang, and it was
that meant a lot to me. I mean, after that, I just lay down on the floor and started I don't know, I just cried.
So Ryan follows you?
What?
Ryan follows you on Instagram?
Not actually. I just sent him
follow a lot of people. I got to be honest with you. I'm really bad at following people.
No, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I try to.
Obviously.
I do sometimes. I do some other times. I what can I say?
Oh, don't worry.
Here right now.
Serious don't worry about that.
It's been since 2005 since you've been on the Alice Cooper album. 15 years later, what's the chances of us getting another Alice Cooper album with you and the other members? Mike, great question, and I will answer that. It's actually not been since 2005, although I do understand your point. The last time that the Alice Cooper band wrote and produced with Alice 2 albums were The Eyes of Alice Cooper and Dirty Diamonds. And I get that. And I was part of that experience. And it was one of the best experiences of my life to just sit down with the guys in the band and obviously sit down with Alice and create music, create songs. Since then, we have been on a lot of live albums, a lot of live DVDs. We've got Wacken, I think 2 actual at Wacken, and there's a bunch of live stuff that was out on the Paranormal album that the band did. So we have been on albums, sort of, but I get Mike's point. And when are we going to be back? And that would be a huge question that you should ask Alice when he comes on the VoiceIt Show, because we would love to do it. And I think there might be an opportunity coming up, because especially now with us being sort of not touring right now, there's a lot of time for us to individually record. It would be a good time, I feel, for a band Alice Cooper album to happen. And we'll see like I said, I would love to do it. There's nothing that I wouldn't rather do than just record songs with Alice Cooper. But at the same time, it's not as easy when he's all the way in Arizona and I'm here in Sweden now. It wasn't easy when I lived in Los Angeles and he was in Arizona. I remember that there was a couple times that we went to Alice's house to record song ideas. And there's a couple song ideas that we recorded in Dash Cooper's room, where Eric Dover was on the bed, I was on the bed, and Alice was on the bed, and I think Chuck was there as well. And we were just all sitting on Dash's bed writing this instrumental piece, and we were going to make sort of a 2005 version of Halo of Flies. And I've never told this story before, because it sounds kind of weird for guys on Dash Cooper's bed. It sounds really just inappropriate, but it happened. And we created this cool demo. And I wonder who, because this was kind of before everybody had a recordable cell phone and stuff. So somebody was recording. It might have been one of those little micro, because Eric Dover would always have these little micro cassette recorders, because he's innovative like that. He's always had these gadgets. He's Mr. Gadget. And so that song is somewhere around the camp. It has to be. And thank you for my logo. I like it. I didn't know I had a guitar there as well. But yeah, it was sort of a modern version of Halo of Flies, and we'll see if that ever sees the light of day. It would be cool. So Kanak, it said your eyes popped out of your head. What happened? Why did your eyes? I don't know. I don't want anything medical to happen to you. What happened? Are you all right?
Yes, very good. Amazing.
See,
anyway, so I really did it.
Funky just kind of looks like, well, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it's Ryan Roxie. Who cares? He's on Cameo.
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so I really do have questions, and okay, so
Funky has some questions. Obviously, I can see that she has a question.
Yes, I do.
All right, I want Funky.
But
okay. Are you guys trying? All right, I don't want to start arguments over the thing. I don't like to stir the pot and then leave the room. I'm lying. Sure. I do. I like to stir it. I like to stir it more. I just don't do it all the time.
We know that. We know that. Okay, so and that's why I'm gonna go first. And I'm gonna ask, how did it? Yeah.
Go ahead, Kanak.
Okay, so how did you come up with the name Dad's Porno Mag? And
wow.
And I remember one thing, and do you remember? Hey, what's up, Disney?
What up, Disney? Disney. Okay, let me start off this answer with a quick question. Okay, Kanak, how old are you now?
I am 24.
24. Okay, so let's do the math. Somebody on the chat board, please do the math. That would mean you were born in what year?
1995.
1995. Okay, so in 1995, I think they still actually had printing presses. They put out magazines, and there was a magazine called Playboy magazine. All right, I don't even think it's business anymore. But Playboy magazine, it was kind of it wasn't hardcore porn. It wasn't like internet porn. It was like very. Some people could say arty. Some people could say it was horrible. Whatever. But here we go. Dad's Porno Mag was pretty much how my generation found out. It was the first time they ever saw a naked lady. All right, I'm trying to be as sort of delicate as I can with you kids over there. So in a way, it was much more innocent for my generation for the first time seeing a naked lady than the way you guys saw the first time. Because probably the first time that your generation saw it was something really vile, disgusting, sort of internet, sort of, what is that? It looks clinical, so it was a totally different type of thing. So
actually, I saw my mom.
Oh, you saw your mom. Okay, but your mom naked doesn't really count. I mean, your parents naked doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm joking.
The first time you saw someone that you didn't know, and the whole fact of the matter was, Dad's Porno Mag. It was usually your dad that would have a Playboy magazine somewhere. Sometimes they kept it. It's weird, but sometimes they kept these magazines. You're not supposed to be listening, Funky. Is this against your? What's happening? What's she doing? Don't start watching TV again, Funky. If you do not treat me like who was that? Who was the rodent that you had on the show where you went and watched some sort of TV show, or was it? It wasn't you. Was it Rebecca?
No, I'm really silent here.
Last week or something like that, Dave Rattenberry told me about it. The Rat told me about that. You had a guest on where someone just left the show while you were doing the interview. Was that you, Rebecca? You just left the show.
Yeah, but I have to explain that. I have to explain that.
I was busy explaining Dad's program, but you do have to explain who was the guest.
It was because of John Lennon. Okay.
But who was the
I don't
guest?
think you know who it is, but it's my sister. That's why.
Who?
Yeah.
Ashley? Ashley who? What's that? What's an Ashley? I never well, okay. So whoever this person was that you had on, you just left the program and you were completely not interested in the interview. Kind of like
no, it's not that. It's because the day I didn't have a good phone to do the live, so I needed my sister's phone, and she was like, "No, I'm not giving you my phone." So I had to talk to my mom, and my mom said to her to give me her phone, and then we had a fight, and all the time she was like entering the room and beating the door on me, and making noises, and talking a lot and saying go fast, do it as fast as you can. And I said yes, I have to do it as fast as I can, but it's not my fault, so my mom said yes, it's okay, it's enough for today, so just left it, just go, and gave her phone back, and I had to do it because the phone wasn't mine.
Well, so, I gotta be honest with you.
That's the explanation. And I'm sorry.
No, the story you just told was probably more interesting and more gripping and more emotional than the whole episode with this Ashley character that you're speaking of. There he is. There he is, right there. What's Roxie? Sorry, I just fell asleep. Well, if you're sleeping and you're in the chat. So that's just one more viewer. Feel the burn, buddy. Feel the burn. Hey, Bianca just came in. Hey, I'm doing the VoiceIt Show right now. You want to say hello? It's
yeah.
VoiceIt Show with Kanak, Funky Almadena, and Rebecca. There it is, folks. You get a special cameo appearance by Bianca. I haven't even told Bianca the news yet. It's already out on the internet. It hasn't. No. I'm going to show her right now.
God.
Oh my God, news.
Wait, what?
News.
Yeah. The first time she's watching it, she's going to be in shock.
But like, where is this though?
Oh, you have to download the app, Cameo.
Oh, you're on Cameo now?
Because the box is on it. I know. I went.
Wait, what happened to being a big conspiracy and a scam?
I know. I thought, you know what? I feel that the people that know me won't ever go on there, and it'll be fine. The people that know me we hang out in the VoiceIt Show. We hang out in the trenches. Every once in a while we pop by that coffee talk. She's not invited. Now see, you're causing fights over here, Mike. Now she said she's not invited on the show.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Now there's domestic stuff.
Welcome to the VoiceIt Show, Ryan.
You said about the cameo. We didn't say anything, so it's your fault. It's your fault that she knows.
All I was trying to do was get the truth out about why you were so disinterested in your last guest that you had to leave the room, and because you were so bored.
Please don't do that to me.
All I wanted to know. All right, it's okay to be bored with an interview. I can tell. I just want to ask Funky. Are you bored? Or are you watching?
I guess if I
want to know.
If I didn't leave the show, I guess I would like I broke my sister's nose in front of everyone. So I guess it wouldn't be very cool. So.
Okay. Can we get back to questions?
I have to publicly apologize to Funky because I think I keep on thinking that Funky's watching TV or maybe some other episode. Maybe she's watching Coffee Talk. I don't know. She's looking over this way, and then it just turns out that her webcam. her webcam is this way and the monitor's that way. So yeah. So I didn't know that you were.
It's okay, thank you. I am definitely watching Coffee Talk. Like, yes.
You're going this way, Javin over there. I named you Funky Almadena. Funky
yes, you did.
See, you never talked about that,
man.
You are really important for us. You're a really big part of us. You named our host, you know, so that's.
Do you actually know how everything started? Like, I was. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
I do. No. Okay.
So, I was watching either SLS or In the Trenches, and then that was like probably the first time I watched it. And then suddenly Ryan's like, "Oh, I see Canuck."
It was In the Trenches. Yeah.
I see Funky El Medina. I'm like,
no, it wasn't like that. It was Almadena, Funky Almadena.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, it was exactly like that. So I was like, well, why the hell? Like, I was cool with it. And then I went live on Instagram. And that was like the day that I followed Ken on Instagram, and I didn't even know him. And I was live on Instagram, and suddenly he was like, oh, this is the After Trenches with Funky El Medina. I'm like, dude, he remembers it? Like, After Trenches, what? And then I'm like, let's make a show. Like, let's do this. And that's how Funky TV show started.
There it is.
Imagine your reality. To be brief.
Definitely wine time. VoiceIt time. It's wine time. I can't believe it. We've found out a lot about each other in this short amount of time, and I can tell there's some tension between the two of you, but it's a good tension, I think. Don't you in the chat room? Between Funky and Kanak, there's a little bit of tension. It's a good tension, like I said. It's a lot better than Corey and Stefan. It's much nicer to watch.
I'm like Corey. I'm just existing.
No, you're a little fizzled.
I'm joking.
Are we allowed to ask questions on this show?
So do me a favor from now on. Hey Nick, how you doing? Ryan, are you going to join in on the last? Oh, that is another exclusive, which I will be posting up right after this show. All right. I will be posting the exclusive trailer for the last music Cribia that comes tomorrow night, which is Friday night. I will be part of it. But it is going to be the last music Cribia, and the reason why it's the last one is all the reasons are going to come clear with this documentary, however you want to call it, that Dave Rattenberry put together. And I think a lot of your unanswered questions will be answered. Okay, so I'm posting that up right after we get off this interview. And I only have a couple minutes left because I've already been told that it's
definitely.
It's wine time.
And
any other crazy ass questions or any other conspiracy theories that you want to clear up, let's do it now.
I wanted to ask you something about touring. So how does it feel when you're touring with the Alice band? And what is the place that you felt like, wow, I'm in this place? That's amazing. This place is amazing. And also, would you think about coming to Brazil or Bosnia or India someday?
I would love to come. I've never toured India, for one. I've never gotten to play there. I would love to. I've obviously been to Brazil. What other countries did you mention?
Bosnia.
Bosnia.
Yeah, here.
Have we played Bosnia with Alice Cooper? I don't think we have. I don't think I have in the lineup. So there's a few places that I would really love to go. And thank you very much. Cheers, baby. Cheers, everybody out there. Wine time here in Sweden.
Thumbs up.
But
when you
I thought Kinga, it's going to. this question, Kinga had put something up that goes with your question as well, Rebecca, because it kind of goes hand in hand. Because playing all these countries, how's it going to be when you go back out on the stage and meeting with the fans? Let's be honest, the world has changed, and will you be afraid to meet with people? Well, when we go to these countries from now on, we have to sort of think of it as touring 2.0. And all the bands that are out there, it's one of those situations where it is going to be a different world. It's going to be a new type of touring. I don't know if the meet and greets are going to be the same as they were before. I don't know if the actual hang, even at the concert, is going to be as close, at least for a couple years. So,
is the parking lot going to happen ever?
I will do my best to do the parking lot until I stop touring, because to me, meeting you guys is half the fun of playing the show, because I get to meet you guys before the show, find out what the energy is like. Then I get to do the show, and then after the show, get your reaction and your responses. So I've been lucky enough to be able to do that for years and years, because I've never been so famous that I can't go out and meet you guys. I mean, unfortunately, guys like Alice, unfortunately for him, obviously, you love the fact that he's so big, he's so famous, but he's not able to meet and talk with you guys the same way I'm able to do it. Because for me, I get 15-minute fame. All right. I'm famous for 15 minutes after I'm on stage, and then it kind of dies down, and it's okay. I can live with that. If that ever changes, then I'll deal with it when it changes. But for now, I've always been able to meet you guys before, meet you guys afterwards. Is it going to change, Kinga? To answer your question, of course it's going to change, at least for the immediate time and the time being. That's why I want to figure out ways to get closer to all of you guys this way, in this sort of context. The fact that I'm doing this show is something I'm getting to know a little bit more about you guys. I get to know that, that a lot of times Funky Almudena should probably get a webcam that fits on her computer, so she doesn't have to look the other way. And I should pretty much understand that, maybe, aside from me, maybe you guys should have other than Ashley, you should have maybe more interesting guests, so that Rebecca doesn't get bored and go into the other room. And Kanak, maybe we should give you reasons to not. I guess apparently you have a temper. At least that's what was one of the comments I read. You said you have a huge temper, and so we're going to give you as little reasons as possible to do all that. But to be honest, the whole reason I came on here today was because I want to hype up Music Cribia. It's tomorrow's final
definitely
show. And
we're gonna do that
everyone
too.
on this chat, and I'm talking to you specifically, Ashley. I hope you're there to support. I really hope you're there to support David. I really hope you're there to support Ferg. And I really hope you're there to support Robbie. Because you know what, Ashley Alexander? They speak highly of you.
Yeah.
They do.
There you go.
So I really hope, honestly, I love talking about you, because Kanak Ashley keeps putting up your comments. If he'd stop putting up your comments, he'd forget about you the same way that Rebecca did.
That's not me. That's Funky.
Oh, it's Funky. Funky's stirring the pot. I like it. Yeah, trust me. I love you guys for having this show. I think we have time for maybe one or two more questions, and then I got to skedaddle out of here.
Oh yes, we do have a question from Instagram, and Funky, I want to put up a question.
Okay.
So Mimia.1220 asks, what made you interested in playing the guitar?
That was a good question, Mimi. I think I mentioned it earlier. I said the Partridge Family. Everyone thinks it's Keith Richards, but it was actually Keith Partridge. But to be honest with you, he was the Partridge Family wasn't my first guitar hero. The really first guitar hero, got to be honest with you, was this guy. See if you know this song. Know that song?
Need to guess.
On it. All right. Maybe if I put some echo on it, you'd know. That was actually Peter Frampton. He was one of my first guitar heroes, and one of my second guitar heroes, and one of the most important ones for me is. You know who that was? Eddie Van Halen.
I could guess.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'll do one more. I'll do one last one of my other guitar heroes. So here we go.
I feel like I'm watching Cribia.
Huh?
Sure.
I feel like I'm watching Cribia at the moment.
It is a little bit like Cribia. A little foreshadowing of what's going on. But no way. There's no way Robbie can play this lick this good. There's no way.
Oh man.
Whoops.
Wow.
I'm sure people are taking notes at home saying, I missed all the notes. But you know what? It's not so easy to play guitar up on wearing it like a piece of
Exactly.
Don't ever wear your guitar like a piece of jewelry. Wear it down low as you can.
One last question I do have is, I do have a poster of Slash up on my wall, and you have played with Slash, and he does do that when he plays, like, when he's playing, he does have his guitar like very low, but when he's playing, he does have it
up there,
on the monitor.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's Slash's best guitar trick that he does, because he's always done that.
Yeah.
He's worn his guitar very low for rhythm parts, which he has some of the best right hand rhythmic riffs I've ever heard, I've ever experienced. He's got a great sense of rhythm. It's funky, if you could say that. And he also has, when he solos, he's got enough metal in him and enough shredded in him that when he puts it up, it's easier for him to do all that sort of shredding and stuff. For me, I'm more of the, just more straight in rock and roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
So guys,
all right, yes, we are coming to the end
because I'm hearing controversy there, but I want to recap. Cool. I want to recap. What was the big breaking story for you? Was it this? Was it this? or was it the fact that we kind of found out the tension between Kanak and Funky? It's healthy.
Oh my God!
It's healthy. It's positive, but there's definitely something there. There's something there, and I can hardly wait to see the growth of it. Or is it the final show of Music Cribia starting tomorrow?
It's everything. It's everything. And it's everything. And so you're also doing gigs. 2 gigs that are happening in Sweden, I guess. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I've got two of those acoustic gigs, and I'm really happy to play them, but kind of melancholy that I can't invite all you guys there, because I'm going to try and stream it, because I'd love to have you guys on to watch it, because it's going to be at one of these places in the most southern part of Sweden.
Sure.
I live in Stockholm, so I live kind of north, and I live in the east, but this is way southern, and you got to see that. Maybe I'll live stream it so you guys can see what the people act like on a Saturday.
Cool.
Sweden.
That'd be cool.
All right.
And and a message for
live exclusive.
Oh, sure. We'd love to.
No, it'll be Roxie exclusive. I'm going to put it on my channel. Come on.
Obviously.
I appreciate you guys hyping up the show all this time. It was
come on.
Cameo. It's really not. You know what?
And lastly, what message for us, your admirers, and for our viewers, and for your fans all around the world?
My message is to, you know what? Don't freak out. We're going to get through this. We'll be all right. Everything will be all right. You know what? I know it seems like the end of the world. And if it's not all right, then I was wrong. And you guys can all laugh at me and sort of berate me when we're in heaven or hell. So either way, it's a win-win. So I feel that don't take things too seriously. It's not worth it. Especially now, if this year has taught us anything, be really thankful about the things we do have right now, today. But don't stop thinking about tomorrow, because tomorrow is, that's the reason why we have more shows, we have more podcasts to do. We have, in fact, like I said, we have tomorrow, we have Music Cribia to looking forward. Who's your next guest, by the way, on the VoiceIt Show? I'll give you guys a plug.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be Casey Kelly, who's a firefighter, by the way. So and she's gonna be a debut actually on her show, and the next one is gonna be someone from Team Roxie.
Yeah,
and
I like it.
He's gonna get an invite very soon.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope I didn't talk too much, but at the same time being
no.
Yes, the show.
Please let us thank you. So we really want to thank you, Ryan, for coming on our show and giving us your valuable time. Thank you so very much. And guys,
proud of you guys, man. I'm very proud. I feel like the executive producer of the VoiceIt Show in a small way. Even though I take no credit for you guys have done everything, all the work. Being
please.
Executive producer is kind of like, oh yeah, they don't really do anything, but they get credit for it. So I feel like I should get a little bit of credit for doing nothing. So I'm the executive. Can I as an executive producer maybe in the credits of this show? I would like that. I think it'd be nice.
Oh yes, definitely. And so we
thank you started all this,
Roxie. And thank you for coming on our show and sharing your experiences, having fun and all the exclusive content, and being with us, and not a formal. I know it's not a structured kind of an interview. But this was fun, and we loved it, really. And we want to give a shout out to Team Roxie, Robbie Miller, Dave Raddenberry, Rick Chalfant, Professor Vic, and Scotty Hagen. Yeah, there we go. So Team Roxie, we love you. All three of us, we love you. These guys are amazing. Check out the Kickstarter campaign if you want to learn guitar. All the links are in the description, guys. All the links are in the description. And tomorrow, Cribia. It's Cribia Day. It's Cribia night tomorrow. So don't forget to come to Cribia on Ryan Roxie Official. So here we sign off.
I was giving you your play out music. Did I
oh man!
Thank you, Kanak. Thank you, Funky. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you everybody so much.
We'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
It was a good one. Bye.
That was good. Ciao for now, guys.
You might want to stop talking.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
You might want to play the outro.